Hello friends. In this video I'm going to show you how to create a new table in the database, and we'll see how far we can get into creating a form. This will probably be a multi-part series, as there's lots of things that we can do differently. So we're going to start from our local host. Again, this has the Bootstrap default content there. We're going to go /A to get into the admin console, admin page here. And one of the things that we can do here is to create a new table. And we're going to create a table and then a form to edit the content. We're going to create a project list. This is similar to creating a table in Postgres or MySQL. Similar functionality, but it is a little bit different. So we're going to call this table, we're going to keep track of a list of projects. So being a database guy, I will name that a singular, and then we're going to create a few fields. It's going to give us some for free. I don't need to create an ID. I don't need to create the create date and last month date. Those are all going to be given to us for free. So I just need let's create a project name. We'll make that varchar 50. Difference here is we're not going to put a comma right there. Let's give this a description, and we'll make this one a little bit longer. And then the last one, let's do project status, and that will just be integer. We can use a tiny int because tiny int, our value is not going to go over 255. Okay, so we create this, and that wasn't very bad. We can come now to this list of ungrouped tables, and we have our project table. I'm just going to click on it here, and it has this list box that would show us any existing values, and I could come up here to this add value, and here is a form ready for us to type values in. So we got all of that for free. We can make a few adjustments to make it easier, or just to add some functionality here. Easier to enter data. Let's see. This is my project table, and here are the fields. These are the ones that we got for free. I'm going to make that a little bit bigger. So we got ID, this user that entered, and the date it was entered, and this is the changed user and change date. So we get those for free. WaSQL is going to track those for us. But we have a project description, and it's a chart, has the length as 1,000. That's the form size. Yeah, it was all right. But we can change this when we show it on the screen. We just want to use the word description. We don't want it to be project description. And okay, and the input type here, it defaults to a text field, and we're going to make this a text area, so it's multi-line. We are going to say that we're going to leave this that this isn't required, but we're going to say that this length is 310 wide. I'm going to save that. Okay, now let's look at this project name. This is a little shorter title. I'm just going to say project here, and the description could be a project title. And I'm going to say that this is required. We have to enter one of these on the form. So that's going to be a required form. We'll say that, and then we have the product status. This is, change that just to say status. And this input type, rather than being a text box, I'm going to make this a select box. So it'll be a drop down list box. And we're going to make this required. And I'm going to make this a little bit smaller. It doesn't need to be as wide. We'll make that 100. Now we have a list of true values. That's I don't know if that's in some programming languages. I'm used to calling this the tag value. So we're going to have true values of 1, 2, and 3. And then associated with those in the same order, we're going to say that 1 means that that's a new project. And then I hit enter, no comma. A 2 is going to represent in progress, and a 3 will be complete. And we will put the default value as a 1, so this will be a new project. We save that, and now already look how different this is when we click add new record. So we have a description, a project, and a status, and this is a drop-down list. We got all that for free. Alright, there's some other changes that we can make to the table. So there's a table group. If we have a function and we want to, just some a group of tables that perform a function, we can group them here, just giving them a similar name. We can give this table a description, and then this is list fields. When we create just a list of all of the fields, we can determine the order and which columns are included. For instance, the description is long. If we include that in a list box, it might wrap multiple lines, and maybe we don't need that on a list box. So for our example, we're going to say we want to list the project status first, and then we are going to put the project name. And we do include commas here. The sort order is how they're going to be listed on the screen, sorted, and we'll put it the same way. Alright, now this field, I might have to shrink my screen down a bit again. Alright, this is how the form fields, how they're going to show in that data entry screen. Now I can, it says over here in the descriptions that we can place the fields as you would see them, with spaces between field names and carriage return between rows. So I can put here my project name space project status. That's going to have those two on the same line in the entry form, and then I'll have the project description down here, and then we'll save the changes. Now when I look at this form, we've got project, a project name, a status, and a description. So I can add a project here. I'm going to wax my tractor. It's a new status, and I'll say alright, and we'll say save. Actually don't know why that didn't wrap. And here is the list box. So these are the records, and it's trying to fill the screen with that, whatever the CSS is. But it added that record. It just fine to the database. So from the back end, it's very easy to the create the data, and as the administrator, we just saw that form. In the next video, we'll take this form, or we'll take this table, and we'll create a form on the top of it.